I got shooters. I know I'm cooler than the cooler. I know this way you keep your alcohol. I know that about it, about the ball. All of my niggas is savages. Beat up the opponents with scavengers. I know that them fly got passengers. I love Jesus Christ and Bible passages. My girl so fly, she have a Merlin. She love the match just like Merlin. And the boss like a Irvin. Should've kept it clean, just detergent. Shit, I done let the cat out the bag. I think they get it, let the dick out the sack. Let it breathe, get some air. Baby, please, I'm already there. Decade and greenery everywhere. I represent me, it's a love affair. Smelling the trees, it's a buzzing here. Get me down with the team, you weren't prepared. Hey,
this is my style.
I do it to get some attention. Hey, the crowd going wild. So I get some attention. Nigga, I bow with your style. But you won't get no honorable mention. I'm rocking it better than you. I'm making retire no pension. I just get the bread out of food. Apply sandwich bread and make it smooth. Smooth as the move. The only option not to lose. Hey, never be scared. You ain't prepared. I ain't sorry. The reason really won't. I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry. Just because you think I know it. I ain't sorry. You ain't feeling me. No apologies. I ain't sorry. Hey, sorry, not sorry. Hey, I ain't sorry.
I don't even feel that bad. I ain't sorry. Good morning, everybody. Bienvenidos. Broadcasting live from the planet called Earth, the bioregion of Cascadia, and the city named Portland. This is Coffee and Bonghits. Swear to God, Coffee, Bonghits, Jessie. Yo, somebody screenshot that one. Yo, it's Tuesday. Ooh-wee. 2 days after the weekend. Imagine if the weekend was a day for weak-minded men. Anyway, I take my train at thought. I'm happy and I pack because I got nappy soldiers in my crew. You're through. If you don't learn, so I learned that I'm burnt. I ran into my homie. At least I thought he was, but then I caught the buzz that he was talking behind my back with his girl. Ain't that Earl? For those who can't feel me, Earl means whack. In fact, I had that problem a few times, but I'll just splurge it in a new rhyme. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Coffee and Bonghits. Like I said, I got the things today. We're going to be on our way. There's a lot to talk about. We're timing for a break in the Derek Chauvin murder trial going on, but that is absolutely going on. So let me make sure that I bring up that headline. Boom. America will riot if Derek Chauvin isn't convicted of killing George Floyd. Man, you guys will witness the complete destruction of this country if Derek Chauvin walks. And I'm not chuckling because it's funny. I'm chuckling because I'm so mind blown. Here's some other shit we're going to get into today if we got some time. Yo, guess what? Scientists are stunned to discover plants beneath mile deep Greenland ice. So let me ask you this question. If last month I would have said to those scientist dudes, I'd have said, yo, G, I'm pretty sure there's probably plants underneath the mile deep Greenland ice. You know what they would have said to me? Oh, yeah? Did your horoscope tell you that, buddy? You don't even science, do you? And then I'll be like, wow, that's fucking so weird. Sorry, church kids, we made it 5 minutes. That's so fucking weird. Scientist dudes, because you're wrong again. Wrong again. How can somebody build a whole personality of only being temporarily right? You even science, man? Hey, dude, look, I science when the science meets the critical thinking and the rational thinking. Start telling me 65 million years ago, either a comet or maybe a meteorite probably hit in the Yucatan Peninsula, but they 100% definitely killed the T-Rex. fool, nobody kills the T-Rex. The T-Rex just decides to stop living when it feels like stopping living. You can't mess with the T-Rex. Hey, look, everybody do me a favor. Everybody go in the Coffee and Bong Hits group and share this once each. Everybody just go click up on the YouTube or click on urbansurvivorman.com, whatever. Just go in the group. I'm still banned for 2 more weeks, but it's cool. It's cool. Because we finally got shit fixed, I think. So I should be able to just go like this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, man. Oh, what? What? No. That's not what's supposed to come up. Oh, Jess. Oh, gosh. Man, people do not know how angry I stay on a regular basis. Just like completely insane angry because my shit never works. Okay, look, what else we're going to bang into today? Check this out. Elon Musk confirms that the SpaceX Starship exploded in the crater. I don't even know what that means. But we'll try to get into it today. Also, U.S. church membership drops below 50% for the first time. Poll finds. Great. What do they all do? Become scientists? Or did they switch and now they all are collecting crystals? I'm guessing they're collecting crystals. Also, check this one out. The guy that won't go away, the MyPillow guy. The MyPillow guy says that Trump will be president again in August. Does anybody have any idea what that dude is going to say will happen in July? He'll be like, all right, goddamn it, listen to this. We're going to be the president in July. This doesn't make any sense that it's not working. Ooh. So that should be working. That should be working. Why is it not? Does it not work in the incognito window? Ooh. So hit that. What happens? That's me. That's fucking beautiful. Can somebody else go to urbansurvivorman.com and tell me what the hell they see? Because in my incognito mode, it ain't cool, man. So I'm going to try this one more time. I hate live troubleshooting. It's bad enough I have to host the show and produce the show. Do you know that almost all of the shows that I'm competing with have crews? Like they have one person that talks, one person that thinks, one person that writes the jokes, one person that pushes the buttons, and one person that figures out what the heck's going on. So sometimes more than one person plays more than one of those roles. But here on Coffee and Bong Hits, because I travel so much and it's not realistic for me to stuff a bunch of associate producers in my I'm about to stand up and fuck off. It's not practical for me to put a bunch of people inside a suitcase and take them to Florida or Hawaii or Texas or New York City or where else have we done shows from this year? Oh, we haven't done shows from anywhere this year. It's 2021 now. Anyways, okay, look, here's the best part of the whole freaking day today so far has been the first witness came up today. The first witness came up. The dude name is Donald Williams. He's an MMA fighter and he's a witness to the murder of George Floyd by Derek Chauvin. And he was wiling out on the cops. Let me slide over here. Look, so he was wiling out on the cops while they were killing George Floyd. And when I first started listening this morning to the trial, he was the first witness, right? And they were like, did you call him a bum? And he's like, it's on your video. And they're like, did you call him a fucking bum? And I was like, oh my God, this is on CNN. And he's like, it's on your video. And then they asked him, did you call him a pussy ass bitch? And he's like, it's on your video. And then the judge said, The judge told him he had the answer. Okay. Yesterday shows up on the website. Okay. I gotta figure out how to fix that because there's the whole page is like beautiful now. So let me try this. Clear all cache. Okay, Sarah, will you go check it now, please? Holy shit, we gotta get these things figured out before we start spending money promoting this shit. So the dude was like, "Did you call him a pussy 10 times?" And he's like, "I said what I said." So let's try this again. New incognito window, urbansurvivorman.com. You could be watching this. Hey, don't forget, you guys, today is Tuesday. Tuesday means Josh Larsen is going to show up, and Josh Larsen is going to become a half of the show today. If I can get my incognito window to work. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Come on. Ah. Okay. Okay. Shit. Hold on, you guys. I got to take a picture of my... Damn, that's so crazy. I'm going to lose my effing mind. I thought I had everything fixed. What's up, Fenda? Now it's a party. Fenda's here. Everybody. The only thing we need is Marty. Okay. Let me try some more live editing real quick. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Don't hang up on me yet because I swear Josh Larsen will be here in a minute. Hey, let me run a commercial real quick to keep you guys occupied real quick. Yeah, you don't need a mullet on your head if you have a mullet in your heart. Oh, let me say that again so that I can make sure to just click off of that. Right? Hold on. Look, you don't need a mullet in your hair if you... Hold on. Yo, check it out. You don't need a mullet on your head if you got a mullet in your heart. Sick one, polarized, UV, customized fashion eyewear for the sophisticated man. Okay, now let's try it. Holy shit, it might work now. I think, maybe. I'm fucking losing my mind. Sorry, church kids. I don't even care anymore. It's so crazy. See, it's an embed issue that I just can't navigate. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hit me. Hit me. Crazy. See, it's an embed issue. Whoa. I think it works now. I think it works now. I think it works now. Try it again, sir. Try it again. I swear to God, I'll just deal with it. I won't even do it anymore. Hey, real quick, though, if you guys want to help the show, you could throw down on the Buy Me a Coffee so I can get some more admin help, so I can get some money. The show's got lots of bills due right now, and they're piling up.
Yo, guys, it's me, Momo, from your TV. Anyways, I'm here to tell you guys that Jessie really needs administrative assistant help, and you can be the one to help him. It's $20 an hour. So if you were to donate just like even $5, that would be worth 15 minutes of help. So that means $20 gets 1 hour. Easy. Okay, so go to, go to buymeacoffee.com. Where? Up here? Right here. Buymeacoffee.com/Jessie Spomberg. Thank you. Ha.
Yo, Momo always be coming through for your boy. Momo always comes through for your boy, man. So yeah, if you want to help support the show a little bit, hiring people to figure shit out costs money. So buymeacoffee.com and then my name. Really easy. Buymeacoffee.com and then my name. I don't give a shit because any minute, finally, I'm either going to get my taxes back, one of my stimulus checks, or $25,000 in unemployment. So, like any day, I won't need anybody's help ever again. But the show does have some bills that are piling up. So if you want to do that, you'll enter to win a spin on the prize wheel.
Yeah, baby.
And you can win some incredible gifts from 33 Bird Plaza. Here at 33 Bird Plaza, an outdoor bird food court, we have lots of wonderful selections. Stop by our peanut bar to get some takeout. Okay, so there's the craziest thing. This show is up successfully on the website right now, but it keeps reverting the embed. Okay, nobody cares. I know nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm sorry. I wish you guys would care. Care about this. Every day at 10:35, we give you independent hip hop music videos from some of the most talented artists in the city that just ain't won a Grammy yet, but we put them on before they win Grammys. So then when they do win Grammys, they'll be like, bro, I always believed in you, brother. Okay. So I guess I should quit messing around and just make it a real show by bringing on Josh Larsen. If that's cool with everybody. Boom. Shut up.
Hey, good morning.
How's Josh? Good. Man, I swear
Good.
It seems like Tuesday comes every 3 or 4 days.
Right?
Like it's Tuesday already. Fucking crazy. How are you, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good on today's episode. Try it again, Sarah.
Hey, I think it works now. Oh, hold on. Erica got the full on blam blam blam. She hit everybody. She didn't just pea shoot them. She gave the bah. Okay, so the trial right now is on standby, but I watched it this morning. Did you watch any of it this morning yet?
I watched a little bit of it, yeah.
Did you hear when they asked that dude, did you call him a pussy bitch?
I did. That's the answer he's supposed to give is I said what I said. Like, I don't understand why they have a problem with that answer. That's perfect.
I say what I said, man. I wish that the whole world could see me on camera being like, yeah, I called him a pussy bitch on the witness stand. That is the most gangster shit ever. So you see what they're trying to do? The defense is trying to paint it as if Derek Chauvin had to stay there because the crowd was threatening him. Man, this is about to get crazy. Look, these are just the opening witnesses. Wait till we get the other cop.
And this is something that happened like almost a year ago, right? Like we're talking about how many other incidents with police have we had from this? I hate that when they said the trial was on, I had to go re-Google who these people were to figure out which one it is. This is going to be big, but at the same time, it should be cut and dry. And so it's only going to be big if it goes crazy. And this year's taught us anything can go crazy.
Here's the thing about this. There is an understanding in the country by the have-nots that we will never receive justice. We saw it from Rodney King. We saw it Trayvon Martin. We saw there's so many other names are just flooding. Fernando Castile, Mike Brown, Kendra James, just so many names that all just becomes this big blur and we never get justice. And there's always some weird little way that the cops squeak out of it, right? Or some weird little technicality that they pull out from their have collection of excuses, right? But this time The whole world watched that man die. 9 minutes while he cried for his mom. Dude was calling out for his mom while a crowd watched and while the country watched. And the dispatcher yesterday that testified said that she thought that the video had froze because he stayed on his neck for so long. If there's no justice this time, this country will burn like it's never burned since the War of 1812 when they burned down the White House, right? This country has seen nothing as far as the have-nots rising like they will see what last summer was. This summer will be tenfold. If that, I almost called him a man. If that demon that laid his knee on George Floyd's neck is not brought to justice, this country will beg for mercy. And it's crazy because it's not the victim. America, you are not the victim. America, if you yourself were on trial for all of the crimes you have committed, you would get the electric chair a million times over, but you're not. You're not being tried on 500 years of slavery or whatever. You're not being tried on the erasure of the Aboriginal people and the indigenous people that lived on this land before you came. You're not being tried for that. But what you are being tried for is blatant and shows an equal disregard for life, that this becomes the microcosm. This is all of that into one. All of it, man.
That's the problem too. Is for me, logically, it seems like, of course, that's what would happen if he got off, right? That there would be the uprising, that we would have more protests and riots or other stuff that we had this last summer, but times 10. Logically, so it seems super simple. I just wish that our justice system and our politics use logic so that this would easily be a cut and dry thing. And it sucks that we have to watch this nervously hoping that the right thing will be done. Not just the thing that benefits us will be done, right? We're not voting on a measure that we're hoping. This is that the right thing will be done. And we have to nervously watch this. That's rough.
Let me see if they're back up yet. No, they're still on. They're still on a break. Let me make sure. Oh, no, they're back. They're back. Let's see what's going on. Let me get to that real quick. Hey, so earlier they put two young girls on the witness stand, young women. One of them I think was 10 years old, and one of them I think was 18 now, but was 17 when she witnessed it, and she cried on the witness stand. Hey, Erica, it's actually 9 minutes and something seconds. I'm not sure how that changed, but
professional, state my body. Can't pay me out to be angry.
This is the man from earlier.
You were not standing, you were walking around, right?
Correct. Control.
And at times you go forward towards where Officer Chauvin was, right?
Correct.
And at times you'd walk to the side, correct?
I didn't really get too close to Officer Chauvin. Tyler did not allow me to get off.
You attempted to walk closer.
I stepped off the curb and I stepped back on the curb.
Because Officer Tao didn't permit you to go forward.
Step back on the curb.
Your voice, right? You weren't just saying you're a bum. Would you agree with that?
You said I wasn't just saying.
Right. The tone of your voice.
The tone of my voice was loud, so people could hear me.
And it grew louder and louder.
So I could be heard.
And after Mr. Floyd was taken by the ambulance, you continued to interact with Officer Tao as well as other people on the scene, correct?
Correct. After they retreated, I know they had to retreat. I said what I said. I know they can say more to me.
And you continued to yell these types of things after Mr. Floyd was gone, right?
Me and Mr. Tao had words back and forth. Correct.
And I think you said something about hoping he would shoot himself.
No, I didn't say I hope he's going to shoot himself. I said within the next 2 years, you will shoot yourself in your head for what you did. I didn't say hope. I don't hope death on anyone. The Bible doesn't allow that.
So again, you continued to engage with these officers, right?
Tao.
And your voice was loud, right?
And he tried to intimidate me. So
The officers, most of the officers were on the other side of 38th Street.
me and Tao was standing in front of each other.
At one point, Officer Tao goes across the street as well, right?
They both had to retreat. Correct.
And you continued to yell these same types of things.
Probably would. Correct. Yeah. Wasn't being heard.
And it was over and over and over and over again, right?
Because I wasn't being heard.
It's a yes or no question, sir. Was it over and over and over again?
Yes, because I wasn't being heard.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions.
So they're trying to say that this guy was yelling things at the police after the situation, and that helped
And
lead
before.
to.
And before, he was yelling the whole time.
Okay, but somebody yelling is what is getting them, means they can kill somebody. Is that's the way, the angle they're going for? I mean,
Yeah. It honestly is.
Williams, I have a few more questions for you.
So they're going for a couple angles, right? All they have to do is establish reasonable doubt. All they got to do is convince one juror that
in MMA fighting,
this is this morning's testimony, though. I don't understand why.
Situation where your opponent is handcuffed behind the back.
Never.
Yeah, this is a
You ever had
replay of this
situation
morning's
in
testimony.
MMA where there are three
I thought he
people
was
fighting.
maybe being cross-examined, and I'd missed one, but this is both attorneys. This is worth hearing, though.
When you were on the scene at 38th in Chicago on May 25th of last year, when you were watching this interaction between these four Minneapolis police officers and Mr. Floyd, were you watching a cage match at the time?
Well, I only seen two of them, the animals. So I was watching more of a humane shit show.
Okay. And
Sorry about this, yeah. That's okay. Okay.
so you weren't watching a sport that day, were you?
Not at all.
Okay, so I just went and checked other channels. They're still on lunch break, so this is from
Mr.
this
Nelson
morning.
asked you a couple times about this kind of blood choke around the throat. Are you, based on your training, your experience doing this yourself, can you apply a blood choke to one side of the neck?
Correct.
And is that done in mixed martial arts?
That is done. Correct.
So whether Mr. Nelson wants to ask you about doing it on both sides of the neck, you've seen it done on one side of the neck.
Correct.
And when you were on the street there at 38th in Chicago on May 25th of last year, watching Mr. Chauvin and Mr. Floyd, was it that kind of blood choke you thought you were seeing on one side of the neck?
That is correct.
Mr. Nelson asked you about seeing times when somebody has been unconscious.
Living
in a
in relative
mixed martial
comfort,
arts fight
but destroying countries in Africa and countries in
Coming up.
and try to wrestle again or fight again.
Hey, real quick, guys, it's the bottom of the hour. You know what this means. If you are listening on a podcast device, we are going to show Red Panda real quick, flipping 4 bowls on her head on a giant unicycle with no helmet. This is Coffee and Bonghits. I'm Jessie Sponberg. This is Josh Larsen. in the co-pilot seat.
Mr. Nelson,
Go
ask
give us a
you about
5-star review real quick. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
crowds that are upset.
Figure out a way how to
Glenn, that
solve
wasn't
this
bad.
problem without putting physical force to them, unless they are trying to physically force on me.
So while you were on the street there on 38th in Chicago on May 25th of last year and watching Mr. Chauvin hold Mr. Floyd down, did you see Officer Tao try to de-escalate that situation at all with the crowd? Well, based on your training and experience as a security guard and your testimony just now about ways to de-escalate the situation, did you see Tao doing anything like that while you were there on that scene?
Sustained.
What just happened?
They're going to the replay.
Crazy.
There's been a challenge on the field. They're going to reconvene, re-listen.
Yo, while I got this couple minutes with you, what happened with Elon Musk's ship? What happened? Did you get to look that up?
I got to look up a little bit of it.
Okay, then you know way more than I do.
So Elon Musk had another rocket attempt go up on its way back down. It's working on like shooting up, hitting its peak, coming back down, and then being able to land.
Softly.
As it started to work its way back down, this one blew.
Oh,
And
man.
this is number 11, and this is what keeps happening. And Elon Musk is great, and he says our failures are. How did we ever believe that this dum-dum was going to get us to the moon? He needs to stop showing these things. He's so far away. I used to think Elon Musk was a genius and that we were close to sending people up there. But, dude, we're not close at all. I've been looking up the last couple of tests that he's had, and it's just failure after failure on, like, a simple part. They had one.
Don't start stinging on him because he's got enough money that he could turn into a upset, butthurt supervillain easy.
He does, but he's like 20 years away from taking people to the moon, not 5 years away. Well, out of these 11, one of them hit back on the ground, but blew up in 5 minutes after being on the ground.
Look at all these people that won't take the vaccine are like, all right, on Elon Musk's spaceship. Like, what?
They're going to die. Like, it's going to blow up.
Okay, let's see what's going on here again. They're watching the replay. This is so low. I can't get a louder. The Washington Post is low as shit. And NBC News has the inside of the trial. And they just have a blank screen.
I his hand because I felt threatened. And then I stepped back and I put my hands forward. And I really was threatened by his presence. So, again, I put my hands up. Didn't know what else is going to move forward, and I proceeded to step back.
So
I know you backed up to demonstrate, but if you could move back up.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Oh, no problem. I think we heard you, so you're fine.
just got to stay close to the microphone. So you didn't want Officer Tao touching you.
Not at all.
And other than pushing his hand away, you didn't touch him.
Not at all. We kind of just.
And then you went back up on the curb.
That's correct.
During your cross-examination, you used the term the officer's retreat.
Correct.
What did you mean by that?
What I mean is I'm not a law enforcement or by any means, but I know I see when certain cases happen when it comes to certain things like this, most of the officers retreat away from the scene until all the right authorities come on scene to take care of everything. And that's what I noticed that they did. They retreated away from the scene to the other side of the street, and that's where they stayed until whoever came to deal with it.
Okay.
Plenty is received.
Hey, I'm gonna switch up. I think there's a newer one. I think they just started again. Hold on. Hopefully it's louder.
In front of Chicago door. He pretty much stood this guy.
Got an echo rolling.
Arrest. He had him do neck the whole time, off to 987. The man went, stopped breathing. He wasn't resisting arrest.
Do we got an echo still?
Handcuffs. They pretty much just
There it goes. It's gone.
You know, yeah, for sure, but he was not responsible when the ambulance just came and got him. And the officer that was just out here arrested, the one that actually did murder in front of everybody on 36, 38 in Chicago.
Would you like to speak with the sergeant?
Yeah, like that was.
Oh, they're playing a recording right now.
Yeah, phone call.
He wasn't resisting arrest for any of them.
Okay, let me get you over to the desk before we have to speak with the sergeant, okay?
Yeah, I'm getting talking to another off-duty firefighter that you stay there watching in front of us as well.
Okay.
And she told him to check the man pulse, but they didn't even check the pulse.
Okay, 1 second. I have reached the city of Minneapolis to reach someone in our property crimes division.
I will say that's one thing we don't think about sometimes is how many people get impacted by some of this. For this guy, you know, he goes through this horrific deal, witnessing it, and now a year later, it all gets brought back up again. He's got to go through this all over.
Yo, G, that's now imagine that every freaking day or every week. Black America has to go through that, and to a lesser degree, people that love black people have to see that again. This is just one time that happened to be highlighted, but it happens over and over and over. Even the perpetuating, piling on of continuing trauma that has been piled on Black America since they were stolen from their land and brought over here. This is just one tiny little snapshot, but it's so big because finally the tiger has a thorn in its toe, right? Finally, maybe one time.
I didn't know what.
So everybody's all in on this one, man. This is it.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
This is it. We got a new world. We're coming out the coronavirus. America, you yourself are on trial. This is the Statue of Liberty that is on trial.
Sounds like you're talking to
this is a history of lies and stolen land that's on trial right now.
It was because I think at the moment that I was making the call, he proceeded to like intimidate me and stick his camera in my face, his body cam.
Okay. And the call sort of ends abruptly. Did you hang up and terminate the call?
I'm not 100% sure, but I may have because I felt threatened once our interaction happened in front of the store with me and Tyler.
And then from there, after hanging up, did you stick around for a while and talk to some other people there?
Yeah, I wanted to do my own investigation.
He said he went to do his own investigation. Hey guys, my friend Leah the Bee is joining us this morning. She's been following this quite closely. She follows everything quite closely. We're gonna bring her up. Hey, you should turn your phone sideways, sis. There
we go.
Now you look like a pro. How you doing?
Hey, learning new things every day. How you doing?
Yeah, this is called horizontal. We use it a lot in the business. Like, yo, turn your goddamn phone horizontal. Okay. This is so weird just to watch a court proceeding in the world of post-COVID, right? With these sneeze guards and everybody's got masks and it's hard to tell who's talking. They're playing recordings and shit. It's hard to follow. How are you, Leah?
Can I ask?
I'm great. How you doing?
No, that's all.
Okay. I'm going to ask that you put those to the side, okay?
Cool, thanks.
All right. Thank you for your patience yesterday. Thank you for being here this morning. I just have some follow-up questions for you, all right?
Yep.
So
You
this
testified
isn't
yesterday that
live.
You started wrestling in the 7th grade, is that
Right.
correct?
That is correct.
And over time, you were talking about how you learn how to control your body weight, right?
That is correct.
And one of the things that you kind of talked about was when early in your instruction in wrestling, you called it, I think, flow wrestling.
That's correct.
And as I understand that, and correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong,
okay.
flow wrestling is kind of learning.
Yeah,
how to
so
kind of
okay,
keep
this
your-
is more old shit. So according to this, the trial is going to resume in a half an hour. I just found a ticker on unicornriot.com. That was cool because we got the opportunity to hear that guy, so I didn't have to tell you. But we missed the best part. What I asked, they asked him if he called Chauvin a bum, if he called him a fucking bum, if he called him a pussy ass bitch. That was historic Americana. That was probably the coolest, hardest shit I ever seen. You got any thoughts, Laura, dear? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't call you dear. Josh,
Hi,
dear.
you're
You don't do that around
good.
here.
You're good.
Sometimes I call Josh dear.
I got a lot of thoughts on it. I think that it's really underplayed how much control everyone has over their anger when they're in a situation like that, and that the angrier we get, the more we're looking for ways to improve the situation or get someone to safety. And I think that having that come out in a courtroom is amazing. And I think that the jury is going to think about that long and hard, because everyone's been in a situation where they've been so angry. All you can do is gather your thoughts, and it might look like you're out of control, but you're totally in control of that anger, and it isn't going to stop until that situation stops.
Man, I keep thinking to myself, would I go and bum rush the cop and push the cop off of the dude's neck? And I think so much about 9 minutes worth, right? Like 9 minutes worth that you're staring there, and you know how fast the brain moves when you're in a high crisis situation, right? You can have a million thoughts in 1 second. Like anybody who's ever fallen off a cliff knows how much stuff you can think about on your way down, right?
For sure.
To watch that for 9 minutes and every second re-question your role in humanity. Like what is your part? You have to go stop that man. You have to go get that dude's knee off that neck, right? And the Asian cop is playing offensive guard, and he's not letting nobody get to the quarterback, right? And the other cops are all there, and there's this giant intimidation situation, and they're literally protecting the quarterback while he is murdering this man, and you're there with a linebacker mentality, and especially this gentleman that was just on the witness stand, because he's actually an MMA fighter and a professional security guard, which means he has a DPSST certificate, right? So this dude is thinking the whole time, I have to stop this. I have to stop this. For 9 minutes, that's such an eternity of anguish where you're just reevaluating yourself, like, I have to do something to save this man's life. And you can do nothing. And for 9 minutes. And here's the thing, when I talk about how fast you can think in 9 minutes, also how quickly 9 minutes goes, right? Like it feels like an eternity, but at the same time, the world is spinning. So 9 minutes goes and it's over and the man's dead. And it probably happened so quickly at the same time.
Every person who saw that is going to need help. They're going to need PTSD treatment. And I mean, how do you get that in this country? I mean, all of these things are just raising so many issues that we're always struggling with, and especially now.
The infrastructure is the issue. America does not have the infrastructure to deal with any of this stuff, right? You and I spoke a little bit ago, Leah, on your pursuit to get some kind of help for somebody that was in a psychomedical spot with addiction treatment services, right? And of course, there's none. There's no help. There's no help. If you're a heroin addict, you got to sit outside the heroin clinic for like 3 days and somehow not do heroin just to get some help, right? Or like you spoke about earlier, you got to just move to the side of the road before you even qualify for any kind of help, right? Like or here's the option. Pay $12,000 and you can go stay at an Airbnb style treatment center where all your meals are cooked, right? If you got that kind of cheese for the spread.
If you're rich, right? Rich people got it made in this country. There's only like 0.1% of them though. So
they're all in a race. They're all in a race to try to get on the spaceship. But what they don't know is Elon Musk's spaceship ain't doing anybody any good. How do you feel about Elon Musk?
I feel like the meek shall inherit the earth.
You know why they say that? Because all the rich people are going to leave. The meek will just
more power to us.
The earth will soon be the biggest ghetto planet while the other planets are colonized, and earth will basically be 188th and Burnside. Earth will become just the Gresham of the galaxy, and we'll just be like, we'll have no resources. Our water will be flammable. Our air will be flammable. And sorry, I don't mean to just put you up like that. Oh, there you go. Here, let's do that.
I mean,
no, I write off hair care products, so we're cool. I'll take the front.
It's a pandemic.
A big old camera in your face sometimes makes it hard to talk. So, anyways, yeah, Elon Musk's Starship exploded in crater. So, what's up with the single apostrophe marks around crater? What's up with that? What galaxy did I even end up in? What dimension where people even use that single apostrophes? When I grew up, that wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing. I got 100% on the citywide language arts contest in the 4th grade. I got 100%. They said I was the only kid in the city that got 100%. You know what? I wouldn't have got that wrong. Those did not exist when I was growing up. You had quotation marks and you had an apostrophe. And somewhere, we're just going to start using apostrophes. And there's another one that didn't exist when I was a kid, but that escapes my mind, so I'm not going to dwell on it. Momo will tell you, though. Momo, let him know. I wish the trial was back on while we were on. But for real, America will riot if Derek Chauvin is not convicted. There's never been a better chance, right? This is the one. This is the year. This is the we got the. This is our best chance. I hate to give comparisons, right? I almost just gave a sports comparison to it, right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to minimize it by comparison, because the blatant murder of a man in front of a crowd of people on national television isn't a sport. It's not a football game, but this is our best chance. Like if they give Derek Chauvin the death penalty, which I don't know if they can do that. I'm not even sure what the prosecution is asking for, to be honest. But if he is not found guilty on all charges, if he walks at all, holy shit. Do not leave your house, because everything will be on fire. Unless your house is on fire, then leave your house. What are we going to do? And the virus is coming back, and the virus is about to beat the vaccines. Oh my gosh, this is so just everything. It's setting up, man. 2021 is about to be a way wilder ride than 2020 was. I guarantee that shit. I guarantee that shit. Oh my gosh. Hey, Oh man. Let me go to my Twitter and see what's going on real quick.
I got a question then. I want to say, to play a little devil's advocate, we know if he goes free, we got riots. What changes are we going to see if they do convict him? Are we actually going to see any changes, or is he just like that sacrificial lamb that they can pin back on and say, yeah, but we took care of him? Or are we going to see real changes?
I think that the answer to that lies in the way states are administering their laws right now, the way states are looking at their police and their systems. So Minnesota right now is having a lot of scrutiny that Portland just isn't having, because Portland's right-wingers are so entrenched. And I mean, a lot of Portland's right-wingers were Republicans until Trump, and then they changed parties and they're like, oh, but I'm a Democrat now. But they're still pulling the same shit and rigging the system in favor of rich people and making sure that poor people just end up on the side of I-5.
Yeah, if your only shared value is mutual hate for Donald Trump, that makes for strange bedfellows later on, right? Because now you're just in this collection of people that you've been competing with. It reminds me of when we saved the reservoirs on Mount Tabor, right? Mm-hmm. I had alliances with neighborhood associations and rich people and people that I never would have wanted to help otherwise, right? Because it was really just about preserving their property rights for them. And then when it was done, then when it was over and we won and we saved those reservoirs, I thought that same help was going to translate into saving other waterways, right? Or other reservoirs.
They got off the bus.
And I learned that people really only just cared about saving Mount Tabor's reservoir. And I apply that lesson in life now. Like, I was mad then, but now it's a valuable lesson because I can see that situational alliances, man, let them die, because as Donald Trump brings everybody further to the extreme this way, that brings the center with it, right? So if this was middle ground here, Donald Trump comes here, now this is middle ground. So a lot of people over here that I consider pieces of shit are now somehow like on my side or whatever. Like, no, you're not. You're not.
You just illustrated the Overton window.
What?
The Overton window? You just described the Overton window perfectly.
I hope that doesn't mess up our copyrights.
No. It's a political theory that whatever left wing or right wing the entire society is, if the society is progressive, the public discourse, the whole society will lean progressive. But if the leadership, the media, everything is more regressive and reactionary, then the entire society will lean reactionary. So that's Overton window.
No way. Okay, so I'm gonna ask one question before we get out of here, and I'd like to hear both your answers. Does Joe Biden have dementia?
No, Grandpa Biden doesn't have dementia. Just takes him a second to remember things sometimes. That's all.
I think his handlers are probably trying to mitigate a lot of the effects of his age. I don't necessarily think he has Alzheimer's, but I definitely think he has a lot of people propping him up and supplying with him with the right words that sound good. But the proof is in the pudding. And if I was in Joe Biden's shoes, the minute I won that presidency, I would be going around to all the agencies like, if you voted for Trump, I want your resignation. I don't give a fuck. And he's not doing that because we're seeing all kinds of Trumpers blocking him in the bureaucratic machines. So until he gets rid of that, he's basically running off of Trump's playbook.
You know, my grandpa was an old man, kind of like Joe Biden, right?
Right.
A lot like Joe Biden, in fact. And one year for his birthday, I got him a birthday card. Now, when I say like Joe Biden, I mean that he's trying to play off his age, right? And sometimes you can tell he's a little slow to catch up on what the question is or whatever. So one year, I gave my grandfather a birthday card written in Arabic. And so the old man opens it up and he's still looking at it. And he can't understand what it says, right? But certainly nobody's grandson is such a dick that they would give an old man a card written in Arabic, right? So the old man's just looking at it, realizing that he can't understand it, doesn't want to tell anybody that he can't understand it. So he looks, closes the card and goes, "Thank you, son." And just set the card down. That's the same look that Joe Biden had the other day when a couple of those questions were asked to him, right? He looked, he said, "Thank you, son." So I don't know. I would still rather have Joe Biden even propped up being polite to people than I would the great pumpkin that is now gone.
I know everybody likes to joke about him tripping on those stairs, but what nobody talks about was how fast he sprung back up. You want to talk about getting old tripping? He bounced right back up. Hey, no big deal. He's doing all right.
And fell back down again.
Well, you know, I mean, those stairs are tricky. There's a lot of them, but
Trump tripped a lot. Like, I don't know, like, if you were watching, but, like, pretty much every other time I saw him on TV shuffling his little elderly feet down the sidewalk, he would be like, "Oh, I stumbled," but there would be people, like, within 30 inches of him to grab him and right him as soon as that happens. So
I have to be honest, I trip all the fucking time. I fall over shit, I stumble, I spill drinks. Yeah, so, but I also too have dementia. So, hey guys, it's time to get out of here. Hey Laura, we'd love to get you on either maybe later in the week or next week or something. Or Leah, sorry.
Yeah, hit me up. I'll let you know what my availability is.
Yes, and we didn't play a video today because I figured we'd run right through it. Anyways, Josh, where can they find you real quick?
Find me on Twitter at ShutUpStupid13, and you can find me on all other platforms, but I only post on Twitter.
Yeah.
Leah the Bee, where can they find you?
Leah the Bee at Twitter.
Word them up, word them up, word them up. Oh, I had it written, but now I gotta go. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We're on some Audi 5000G. Yo, Marty's in the house. But we're really out. All right.
I was going to win all day. I was going to win every day.